We're back in the New York groove.
Well, we just
kidding.
had to film an episode for the end of our good old Demon Slayer.
You already know what it is. Demon Slayer season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It has been an interesting, fun, wild ride getting to the end of season 2. Solely because of the fact that we had to deal with, 7 or 8 episodes of just the damn movie. So at that point, shouldn't have just watched the movie in theaters. Granted, it was a great experience watching it in theaters, but still.
Yeah, theater experience was pretty good.
So good. So sad.
I was in my
so
feels
good.
at the end of it.
Was it 2.5 hour movie? Is that what that was? If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, something like that.
Some silly shit
and
like that.
And then we got eggs thrown at us in the parking lot or something.
Yeah, that was... Somehow they missed me even though I was the closest one.
I was in the back of the crowd and got hit in the legs. It went through everyone.
Hey dude, you know where the bitch is at? What?
Is that what they said?
Yeah, you know where the bitch is at? And I was like, no, I do not indeed know where the bitches are at. Oh, do it. And it's like yeets fucking 3 eggs.
Driving their dad's car.
Like, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, it's the stupidest fucking shit I think I've ever seen. Oh man, teenagers.
Still a good time.
I feel old saying that, but yeah. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Demon, darn kids doing your silly shenanigans. Demon Slayer season 2. So, a couple of things that I would love to go over in this episode. Definitely pluses, minuses, if we can think of any minuses. I'm sure.
Well, I can start with a minus real quick.
Really? Okay.
Like the only thing I was like, the first 3 episodes were really slow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only like real criticism, is because I was ready for the new season and just pumped, and then it started off like, I understand building what they're doing again, but
yeah,
it was killing me how slow it was starting the first few episodes.
Now, do you mean after they recapped the Mugen?
Yeah. The recap was fine. It was just those episodes afterwards where they were going to the entertainment district and kind of setting the tone. But it was boring. But I understand.
I like to say I enjoyed that part because it was, like you said, story building. You know me, I'm a big softie for story building. When it came to them having to try and infiltrate all of these houses and go quote unquote undercover. The Zenitsu being angry and shredding on the damn instrument. I thought that was interesting.
There were definitely some comical parts in.
And Osuke, of course, looking like a female, so they're like, I don't know why they covered that beautiful face with this makeup.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Whatever you do, just don't speak. The setup for that, as far as actually meeting the demon, though, that was really cool. The looking into, the actual lore of the house, or what are they called, Orons or whatever. The cream of the crop, geisha.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great life to live, and you're so important, and the house mistress or whatever is beholden to you and will give you all these gifts, and you basically run the house and all this blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
So, I like that, like, kind of breakdown of actual like history of, hey, this is a thing that happened back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, I can't pay my debt, so here, take my daughter, and she'll work in your house as a hooker.
But that would not fly today.
Not at all.
Well, actually, depends on where you're at, I guess.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that was an interesting build-up as far as, here's how we get into the story, here's how we get into the entertainment district. Prior to that, and of course, Tengen actually showing up, the god Tengen. Prior to him showing up, that boy. Prior to him showing up, the whole mini arc, or I say arc, really just like the closing storyline for Rengoku. When I say pain, good lord, that hurt, Doug. Like, his dad calling him useless and shit, and his brother just being like, he's not useless, he's really
I was ready to fight.
Dead ass. Like, I was ready to throw bows. I almost threw my damn phone. I was pissed. Yeah, he I knew what was happening there, but at the same time, it hurt to hear.
Yeah,
and that sucked, man. Like this zooming in on him, like crying and just like chugging himself into oblivion, like drinking himself into oblivion, all that damn sake. He's like, I've lost everything that is dear to me. All I have left is my son, my youngest son. And then him trying to rekindle that, relationship that he damn near ruined and shit. It hurt. But steering away from the sheer, utter, soul crushing, crippling pain that was that hour long first episode.
Yeah, it's more like what, 45 minutes?
Something like that. Whatever. It's about an hour. It's 48.
Yeah, unlike the end episode that was supposed to be 45 minutes, but was only
like 38. 30. Yeah, I was like, man, whatever, bro.
It was 45 minutes of TV time.
Yeah, whatever.
Bullshit.
Like, I pay for no commercials. I expect a full 45 minutes, damn it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, the transition to really the very brief exposition that they did regarding, after the Mugen Train, they went on a bunch of missions and stuff like that, but separately. They weren't all together on all these missions. And it kind of hints at like Zenitsu being able to do missions by himself somehow, even though we know how he is.
He just has to go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. He just has to go to sleep. It's good.
The back in the part where they're like setting up, it was funny watching them try and not talk like guys while they're dressed up as females. Especially Inosuke.
He's like, crap, what am I supposed to do? I can't speak.
Well, and then when they finally got to the part where they were getting ready to fight the demon, he's just blowing through the house looking for it. He doesn't give a shit.
That was great. I like
crawling through the wormhole.
What was it? He's like, thankfully I can dislocate basically every part of my body, and I was like, oh, that's fucking gross. Like that sort of snapping his shoulders and shit. As long as my head can fit in there, my whole body can. Oh yeah, bringing that to light, that he can fully dislocate everything in his body, was disgusting. I was like, I'm not a fan of that, but I guess it works. It comes in clutch.
Well, and then we get introduced to the three wives. Which, speaking of, we have a new segment. It's called Waifu of the Week.
Hell yeah.
And on this topic, we have our 3 candidates this week for Demon Slayer.
They are the 3 wives of one Tengen Uzui, the Sound Hashira.
Candidate number 1 is Makio.
Makio.
Candidate number 2 is Hinatsuru. Hopefully I didn't butcher that.
Hinatsuru.
Candidate number 3, Suma.
So we'll start with Suma.
She cries too damn much.
She is loud. If anybody in the weaving world has ever complained about a loud character, whether they be protagonist or side character or whatever the case might be,
yeah, no,
she's one of those.
Well, yeah, like in our video of season 1 of Demon Slayer, I was like, the only thing that kind of got to me was like how much Tanjiro cried. I think she cries more.
Way more. Like, and it's pain. It's just flat out pain.
Yeah, every sentence is her crying and kind of annoying.
Or just being loud and obnoxious. Like, even whenever we're first introduced to her, that's exactly how she's introduced. Yeah. She's just screaming. And I'm like, oh my god. My ears. Then there's Hinatsuru, who is...
Yeah, you probably said it better than me.
the very level-headed, I'd say, I guess. She's kind of like the middle of the road as far as like Goldilocks would be concerned. Like, oh, not too hot, not too cold, just right. She'd be the just right as far as personality and just demeanor.
Nice in the middle.
Yeah, like just real chill, understands, the mission objectives and stuff like that, and is also sweet, but also can be kind of funny when she wants to. Like, yeah, she's an all around good idea, good choice as far as a character. And, Tengen wise, as far as a wife, she kind of levels things out, especially in comparison to like Suma.
How flashy he is.
Yeah, he's so flashy.
And then the last but not least,
Makio. Makio is a very very assertive, very strong,
willed,
very strong-willed of the three wives. Very, how can you put it? Very quick to jump in the action if need be, but also understands that she can do supportive.
If she has to.
Yeah, exactly. Like she can play a supportive role or she can play an offensive role. She can do it all. As far as fighting is concerned, or just battle tactics, she's very well rounded. As far as wives are concerned, out of the three of them, she's the absolute counter to Suma. Like the full counter to Suma, because she can contend with her loud, obnoxious crying and yelling at everything. And be a little more upfront about it as opposed to the very mild-mannered Hinatsuru.
So make sure to leave a comment on who your waifu of the week would be if you're on the YouTube. If you're not on the YouTube and you're listening to it on Spotify,
just yell it out in your car.
Contact us on our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, the usual. We got them linked pretty much everywhere. So let us know what you think. And kind of tackling right into the next one, since we have our little Shinobi wives, that is going to also tie into our Naruto comparison.
Oh God, here we go.
Going back to that bit. That's all the comparison this week is they got the Shinobis.
Indeed.
One of them's kind of a crying Sakura, and then you've got some badasses in there.
So would Suma be Sakura? Or, because she's actually capable. Suma's actually capable. Or,
I guess, yeah, that's true.
Would she be more of Naruto with the loud, obnoxious yelling and crying and just making a lot of noise?
That is true. You could say a little
it's
bit.
Either way, right? Like it's kind of depends.
Yeah.
But who's Sasuke? Who would Sasuke be in this scenario?
I don't know if there is a Sasuke.
Right? Like there's not
no like just edgy goth one.
I mean, Tengen's flashy and edgy.
Yeah, but that's
he's flashy. He's not the dark, brooding like introvert that we're used to seeing. Or at least being able to pick
his own league.
Yeah, he's on his own existential plane.
Man, can't compare him to them Naruto characters.
Who would be Sasuke?
I don't think there is.
I guess technically, with Tanjiro doing his whole like unconscious alter ego thing, kind of.
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry, Zenitsu, not Tanjiro.
What was I going to say?
You were like, yeah, wait, what?
I don't know. It's just.
But even then, no, because
none of them. They're just not. There's no Sasuke.
There's no Sasuke this.
There's no Sasuke.
Did we finally do it?
We found an anime with no Sasuke.
We found a way to not tie in Sasuke.
Which other ones have we compared with Sasuke? We've got the. We did Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, as far as
Promise Neverland.
Promise Neverland with Orphan Sasuke.
Yeah, Orphan Sasuke. Yeah, that'll conclude our Naruto comparison.
This concludes the Naruto comparison.
All right, back to the action. About this time now, we actually get to the fighting, which dragged on like a Naruto fight with how many episodes it was. But
look, it wasn't like Goku versus Frieza, so we're good.
Yeah, but honestly, dude, that was like especially the. So the first half of fighting was good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were going at it, and it's actually nice to see Tengen go in and just wreck shit.
Yeah.
And obviously, because I don't read any of the manga and stuff, I didn't realize Homegirl had another demon inside her.
Yeah, definitely didn't realize that. That
was a scary fucker.
Was right a there. Massive, like, oh shit. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Tengen realizing, of course, before Tanjiro came back, Tengen realizing, oh shit, there's actually two of them. That was a good shocker. I like the fact that he could be shocked at something like that. Because up until then, he's just like, oh yeah, we're flashy, we're all powerful, we can beat anybody. And then it's like, oh shit, I didn't even sense this guy. Where the hell did he come from? Yeah.
Yeah, but we skipped a very, very important part of Nezuko basically curb stomping Homegirl.
Oh, yes!
That was that was probably the best part of the fighting in that first kind of half of it before Tengen cut her head off. Nezuko... I kind of consider him cutting her head off as the everything before that, the first half of fighting, everything after that, the second half. Nezuko curb stomping her was...
Well, technically, she was a two-parter. I give her 2 parts.
Yeah.
Really 3, but 2 main parts. Pre-Nezuko ass whooping and post-Nezuko ass whooping. That's what that was.
Make a new year to call it by.
These are sub-arcs, the Nezuko ass whooping arcs. That surprised the shit out of me because that came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, no, bro.
Well, yeah, they slowly developed that she could fight and stuff, but then all of a sudden
huge burst of regeneration
and stuff out of nowhere.
Like she went full. Like
powers were starting to come out.
Yeah, she was temporarily stronger than the upper 6, or than the lowest upper 6.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous, and to the point where the homegirl genuinely got scared. She was like, "Oh shit," because she was that before or after she regenerated all of her little belts and actually went full power.
Or she regenerated her belts 15 times. I think she had already regenerated her belts because she did it against Tanjiro.
Yeah.
He started going his little new not breathing form.
Oh, it's so good. It's technically...
no breathing, no jutsu.
It's technically...
suffocating himself.
It's technically the old breathing cell. The only thing that sucks with it is that it's so aggressive for him, and he's not there yet.
Well, he stopped breathing during his fight because he was so busy trying to cut.
Oh yeah, he completely stopped breathing, and it's one of those weird, full blown alter ego trance, damn near Zenitsu but worse.
Yeah.
And then he's right before he cuts her. Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Got to do this whole breathing thing.
I forgot to breathe.
Oh no, I forgot to breathe, bro.
Oh no, bro.
Can we just... okay, that's the one... There we go. That's the one thing I was going to say for... I was like, I don't know if I can think of anything that was the absolute complete fucking plot armor that is how many times this man got saved during that fight. Think of how many times Tanjiro got saved. The absolute MC plot armor that happened there. Think of that.
Yeah, no, he's MC, so that's standard to have that kind of plot armor.
I mean, granted, but they don't have a problem killing off people that we love in the show. First off,
well, true. Well, I thought, dude, I honestly thought one of the Inosuke or someone was gonna die when he got stabbed in the freaking heart. I was like, and honestly, that was kind of talking about plot armor, kind of that. I was like, that's the most ridiculous excuse as to why he survived. So I get it, but.
With that, I
taking it pretty far.
Yeah, I expected it to be something ridiculous as far as him getting stabbed, but still being able to move for the most part. And they did set it up, so I can at least give them that. They did set it up prior to. It wasn't some random he pulled all of this power from absolutely nowhere and had a massive Zenkai boost. Yeah, like Tanjiro. In those cases, made sense. It's. I wouldn't say it's practical. It's practical for Inosuke because of the fact that he already mentioned that he can he can dislocate and manipulate every part of his body.
That's true.
We just didn't think that included fucking organs.
Yeah, they were very creative with that one.
Yes. So that was, and it wasn't oh, well, he's not affected by the poison by any means. No, he just didn't get murdered immediately. So
well, then Tengen just used his muscles to stop it. He stopped his blood flow or whatever.
This man dead ass flexed.
The most useless poison in the world.
My man's literally flexed to keep the poison at bay, bro. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this? But I guess it makes sense because he is a shinobi. So him having the ability to control the flow of poison throughout his body and still be able to fight makes sense. Ah, you did it.
I have to. That's my job.
When it comes to the fights, for example, between... God, I can't remember the damn demon's name. between the brother and sisters, or the brother and sister demon, when it comes to the brother fighting Tengen, holy shit. Tell me those weren't some of the most ridiculously well animated fights.
Bro, that's what I was gonna get to next, was the post, like, Tengen getting his hand cut off.
Mm-hmm.
That fight was probably one of the best. I have a limited portfolio of fights I've seen, but that was probably one of the best ones. It's the only one I can remember where I was like actually like
on the edge of your
flinching,
seat.
flinching every time something was happening, just waiting to see what they did next.
Like everything about that fight, when he got his eye cut, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, shit, when Tanjiro got his chin
chin fucking shanked with a sickle, I was like, "Oh!" and kept fighting. Just
the Tengen blocking the scythe the first time to save Tanjiro, and then just going ham.
But the fact that he was keeping up with one hand was just ridiculous.
Well, he had that shit in his forearm, in his elbow.
But imagine just at that speed, like they were flying, dude, to the point where Thunderclaps was trying to keep up and almost couldn't for a bit.
Well, and the animation, dude, the freaking animation on that was
top tier.
Because it wasn't like no Seven Deadly Sins season 2 animation fights.
Oh god, 2, 3, everything subsequent trash. This is a Seven Deadly Sins bashing, roasting podcast. In case you're wondering, we will forever roast the shit out of that damn show.
Season 2 and up.
What anybody says.
Disclaimer: season 2 and up.
Yes, season 2 and up. Season 1, pretty good. Like, especially when you see that full counter the first time, looks great. Gil Thunder, anytime he appears on, outstanding. And then after that, it's like
garbage.
Garos. But we digress. Yeah, the fight scenes, I would say, if you look at UFO Table as a studio and you look at Mugen Train, for example, Mugen Train was already like, damn, this is really good. The CG elements, they could have been better, but that was also them like, hey, let's play around with this a little more.
Yeah.
Versus season 2. Season 2, they went absolutely ballistic because that one, even just the animation for the episode where Nezuko stomps a mud hole in the female demon.
No kidding.
Even just that fight.
She made her look like a Rengoku.
That shit was that was
boom, right in the middle.
I've never been so hyped. I think watching the show, like the Tanjiro versus Ruby fight where they first show the
Tanjiro versus Ruby ain't shit compared to these.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like they took that as like the benchmark for holy shit, this is very well animated, because that's one of the most beautiful fights or animations in that season.
Yeah,
they took that and were like, hey, hold my beer with themselves, and yeah.
Let me hold my own beer.
Yeah, let me hold my own. Let me just swap hands on this bitch. Yeah, they took that way over the top. I don't even want to know what the budget was for the last like 6 episodes of season 2, because when you get like, I mean, we brought up Tengen versus the male demon. When you look at that fight, like the main one, like the climactic battle,
it's like Toro, I think his name. It's hard to pronounce for a man like me.
A man like me, brother. Yeah, when you look at him versus Tengen,
we're gonna call him G.
That boy G.
Versus Tengen.
It's Garu or Garo or whatever.
It's Gayu Taro or some shit. Don't hate.
What's the sister's name?
Daki. Hers is easy.
Daki, yeah. Ume is her actual name.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but yeah, Daki. Yeah, in case y'all haven't gotten on, this is a spoiler ass podcast. We don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we do give a fuck, but we expect you to have at least seen the shit before you listen to us. And if you don't, and you just want to hear our commentary, thanks. We love you.
Well, how nice.
So nice. But yeah, the animation budget is absolutely ridiculous for the show, and
I think it was pretty expensive.
Had to be.
I saw something with the price. It was like in the 80,000 an episode or some shit like that.
Yeah, that makes sense, because
don't quote me on that.
Don't quote me on this shit. That makes sense because of the fact that each of the last like 6 episodes were like one up. It's like they were genuinely trying to one up themselves repeatedly. And I enjoyed the hell out of it, of course, just because it's so beautiful to watch. The sound was insane. Like the audio was just as ridiculous as the imagery itself. Oh man, yeah, that I'd say top 3 shows as far as animation is concerned.
Yeah, no,
because it just keeps getting better. You know, they're not slacking as the show progresses and going like, all right, cool, we're just trying to get to the end of this. Like they're genuinely trying to top themselves. Now, how that works as far as how much sleep the animators are getting.
Yeah, say if they get to see their family.
Yeah, it's like, do you get to see your family, or do you get to make a lot of money, or at least let the studio make a lot of money?
Studio making a lot
only
of
time
money.
will tell. But yeah, obviously, of course, the news season 3's been announced. Of course, as if that was, as if there was any doubt in that one. Like, oh man, Demon Slayer is doing so terrible.
The problem with them doing better each season is they've got to up it every season.
Well, it's no different than the issue that Attack on Titan had.
Well, Attack on Titan did it though.
Where where it got exponentially better to look at. Like, look at season 1, Aaron, and then look at now. Like,
yeah, no. Well, you know, and if you want us to do an Attack on Titan one, we might consider it.
Might consider it.
Just do all 4 seasons in one go once it finishes.
One big shebang. Yeah. But as far as the wrapping things up here, as far as the overall rating that you would give season 2,
I think we need to go. I know last kind of our previous set of episodes we were doing a 5 scale. I think we need a 10 scale just because there's so many in betweens.
True.
So I'm going with a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
A little bit of bias because I love Demon Slayer. Yeah. And the 0.5 that's coming off is those first few episodes that were really slow.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some of that could have been reduced to like 1 episode of them setting that up. But so I'm a 9.5 out of 10 on this season. The fighting kind of jumped it way back up for me at the end because I was ready to fight myself by the end of that second to last
episode. I would like to give. I'll justify my score here. I'm gonna give it a 9.
You son of a bitch!
I'm gonna give it a 9. The only reason why is because
she was crying.
Yes, it caused me heart pain, and I don't believe in that. You know, I shouldn't be. I'm a grown ass man. Okay, I'm just kidding. I have no problems bawling like a little baby. I watched I watched Enohana, and that's pain. But yeah, when it comes to this season, I think they did everything right as far as topping season 1 and letting everybody know that for the manga onlys or for the manga and anime people, even for the anime onlys, they care about properly animating and telling the story and not cutting corners. We've all seen at least one anime where they cut corners or change up the story for some reason or skip massive arcs. Looking at you, Promised Neverland. Reasons why I haven't watched season 2. But I do appreciate the fact that there's so much character development going on. There's massive jumps in power that seem unreasonable, but then you think, well, technically everything that they've gone through thus far in a very short amount of time is unreasonable. Because for all intents and purposes, every single one of them should be dead. It's not like they're coming out of these engagements unscathed. You know, they're getting fucked up. Like,
it's not
look how many people it took to take down the bottom of the upper 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, is like either these other Hashira got to be some bad sons of bitches.
They gotta be.
Or it's going to take all of them to start screwing up these other guys, like Akaza and stuff.
Oh my god, Akaza. I feel like he's going to try and make a move, though, on Michael Jackson, a.k.a. Muzan.
He might.
But,
don't spoil it, you manga readers. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't go in the comments spoiling shit. Like, that's our job to spoil shit. But yeah, I think a 9 is suitable.
I can get jiggy with that.
And the only way that it would go above a 9 is if, like, some additional crazy shit happens in the beginning of the next arc. Is it the Swordsmith Village arc? I believe is the next.
Yeah, arc? I believe that's the one they announced.
Next. But yeah, I think a 9 is good. I would have given it an 8.5, but you know, the boy, my favorite character, that I was starting to lose hope on, did the thing that I wanted, and did it in an exponential manner. That boy Zenitsu with the Godspeed. I thought he was just gonna do the tenfold instead of 6. I was like, oh, he's gonna go tenfold. This man said Godspeed, and I about shit my pants. Gotta go fast. So yeah, that definitely peaked it right at that 9. That's
nice.
I feel like that's a fair with everything that we talked about as far as it being.
It is for sure.
You know, great, but also some small things here and there. It's not gonna. I don't think anything has been able to grasp a perfect 10 from us yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I might have given the first season a 5 out of 5, but
I think
that's because that was like one of my first animes, and it was.
And you were like, "Holy shit, this is great."
But okay, we have to come back to our waifu of the week winner. Drum roll. And by the unanimous decision of me and Allison,
indeed,
it is obviously Makio. Ding ding
ding ding ding ding ding. Yeah, Makio is definitely the go-to. Makio is GOAT status. I feel like if the other two died, her and Tengen would be perfect. A. B. She's just a badass. Like,
well, she's just flashy. Like,
yeah, she's just as flashy. In an angry way.
She got that attitude.
Yeah, she's got the right attitude. It's not annoying. You know, it's not like, I'm gonna scream and whine and cry. Oh, Tengen.
Well, Hinatsuru was a close second, but them bangs on.
The bangs did it for you for Makio.
Yeah, that's what did it for me.
My downside, and we discussed this earlier before we get out of here. My downside for Natsu was the fucking liability she became, bro.
Oh yeah, no,
God damn, I was so mad. I was like, dude, what are we doing?
Like, ruined the whole show.
It's like, hey, get out of here. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stick around. Almost kills everybody in the almost gets everybody killed in the process, and then finally it's like, you know what? You sure right. Let me get out of here. I was like, you motherfucker. Yeah, that's what lost her the spot of waifu of the week. But
for sure,
maybe she'll redeem herself in later seasons. Who knows?
We'll see.
I said seasons because it's gonna go past 3, and if it doesn't, I'll be pissed.
Yeah, no, they better do it right. But make sure to comment your waifu of the week, which one of them you would have picked, or if there was another one you think we should have put as a candidate.
As an honorable mention, anything like that.
Yeah, honorable mention would be Inosuke.
I mean, I was just going to go with the demon chick, but okay.
Well, you know, I have to give our boy some respect.
True.
He pulled off that drag queen real good.
That's all he gets to work very hard at.
Yeah, make sure comment it in the video if you're listening on the cast, on one of the casts.
Indeed.
Hit us up on our social medias. I believe just Chilla Vanilla 5 on the twit.
Indeed.
And eventually we might start making a poll if enough people are interested on voting for waifu of the week instead of just a small group of us here. So let us know if you want to do that as well, and we might use our brains to figure out how to do a poll on Twitter.
Indeed.
Yes, we don't know how to do a poll on Twitter.
We can figure it out.
I'm a smart boy.
We'll hash it out. We got this. But yeah, so appreciate y'all showing up. Coming by. Sorry for the hiatus once again, but we are back.
We plan on being regular again.
Yep. Now that things are a little more even out.
Want us to do. Yep. Pick some more animes, comment some more animes. We'll try and watch them. We've got a couple more lined up that we'll announce on the social medias as we get ready to post them.
Indeed.
But let us know of anything that you haven't seen us do and think we would enjoy, or that you enjoyed.
Give us some off the beaten path stuff, not just the major stuff. We like doing the major stuff, of course. Yeah, ain't got to be the heavy hitters. We don't need the heavyweights. Sometimes, you want
to we'll most likely get the heavy hitters ourselves, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll typically go over those
hidden gems.
I like seeing y'all's recommendations, so I've gotten a few, and yeah, give us what you got. That's not too out of the. Oh, I guess you know what. Fuck it. Yeah, just give us everything. we'll figure it out. We'll hash it out from there.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this week. We got a good old Demon Slayer. Make sure to check out the season if you haven't, because it's a banger.
It's a banger.
All right. Peace.
Yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Later.